There seems to have been a sudden surge in the digital art market recently, and it feels like every other week a new company emerges from the darkness to introduce us to their own brand of pen, tablet or display. It's not surprising though with the way the industry is expanding. There's more demand than ever, which is good for us artists because it means there's more for us to choose from while everyone else tries to get their own piece of the pie. Xencelabs are a relatively new company in this space and one I've been fortunate enough to work with. I'm a big fan of their Quick Keys remote and pen tablet medium, especially the Nebula White versions. In fact, I use them daily. So when they offered to send me the Pen Display 24, I almost fell off my chair. Since it was announced, I've been eager to try it. I've heard so many good things about it, but can it really be that good? The box arrived and I sat down and started to paint. But after weeks of use, did it live up to the hype? Or is it another failed Wacom wannabe? Continue watching to find out. Unboxing. As with all Xencelabs devices, on opening the box you're met with a thank you note, which is a nice touch. But that's not all. If you look on the back, you will find that it also doubles as a simple instruction manual. What I love about Xencelabs products is you get everything you need in the box. So you're always able to jump in and start painting or sculpting without having to buy any extras. And things are no different with the Pen Display 24. You're given the Quick Keys remote, which is probably one of the best devices of its type that I've used in recent years. It's also essential when using a large display tablet, as it removes the need for having a keyboard next to you. Xencelabs also supply you with a caddy, allowing you to clip the remote to the side or the top of the display, making it easier to reach as you work. Next we have the pen carry case, and rather than being a single pen, you're offered the choice of two. A standard 3-button pen, which I tend to use for 3D work, and a slim 2-button stylus, which is my preferred option when drawing or painting. You also get 2 clips for these, so they can be attached to the display for easy access. You're given a cleaning cloth and a smudge guard glove, as well as various cables too. A short USB-C cable for charging the remote, and then longer USB-C, HDMI and DisplayPort cables for connecting the display to your laptop or desktop. In addition to all this, you also get a stand. This offers numerous angles for you to work on, and even when attached, the Pen Display 24 is still light enough that you can easily move it around your desk. Setup. Setting up the Pen Display 24 is very easy thanks to the simplicity of the connection options. There are no complicated 3-in-1 cables here. All you do is connect the USB-C cable to your computer and then either use the HDMI or the DisplayPort cable too. You next plug in the dongle, which is used to pair the Quick Keys remote. This is found inside the pen case along with a USB-C adapter if you don't have a spare USB-A port. All you do then is attach the power cable. Hold down the power button and turn on the display, and you're set. Next, you download the latest drivers from the Xencelabs website, install them, and when you run the software it should recognise the display, the remote and the pens and open them up to be configured. You are now good to go. The tablet. Out of the box, the Pen Display 24 is lighter than you would expect at just 6 kilograms, including the stand. It's sleek and solid with a good feel to it. The build quality is good too, and you can tell everything has been carefully considered when designing it. At the bottom are 2 rubber feet which raise it from the desk while also stopping it from slipping. And on top, you have the power button which is flanked by 2 USB-A ports. These also provide power, so as an example, you could use one to charge the Quick Keys remote if needed, and plug the dongle into the other. On the back is the stand, which can be removed and is Visa mount compatible, so you don't need a separate adapter if you then want to attach the display to an arm. Beneath the stand are the main ports, USB-C, HDMI, DisplayPort and the power port. Another nice feature is that connections on the cables are all L-shaped, meaning when plugged in, the wires are diverted up the back of the device so don't stick out, which would potentially cause problems when using the display at a lower angle. Finally, around the edge of the display you will find a series of slots, which are where you attach the clips for the pen holders. There are quite a few options, so you can place them wherever suits you best. When powered on, you will find 3 touch buttons across the top which allow you to quickly open the options, adjust the pen pressure and switch displays. But these are fully configurable, so you can change what they do and you can also change their colour. Even though the device size is over 24 inches wide, the active area is slightly short of this at just under 21 inches, giving you a bevel around the sides. This isn't a bad thing, as it leaves room for you to rest your hands or have the quick keys remote within reach and not have it covering the screen. Another welcome feature of the Pen Display 24 is it doesn't use any fans to keep it cool, meaning you don't get the sudden blast of noise as you're working. Instead, they use a custom metal plate on the back which helps to dissipate the heat. Now this does all sound amazing, but there is one thing missing, and that's touchscreen support. But more on that later. The screen. Let's now talk about the 4K screen, and it's nothing short of breathtaking. It's bright, crisp and clear, plus the colours are truly magical. It's said to be capable of displaying over 1 billion colours, and has 99% Adobe RGB and 93% DCI P3 colour space coverage. It's also Pantone and skin tone validated, but sadly there's no HDR. Xencelabs utilise Super AG etching, which dramatically reduces glare, something I'm thankful of as I work in front of a window, so did struggle with reflections on other devices. Even with the screen off, you can see how the light gently spreads across the surface, rather than being directly reflected. It's this etching which also offers that all-important bit of friction which you need as you work, so it doesn't just feel like you're drawing on glass. The pens. Like with many Xencelabs devices, when it comes to the pens you're spoilt for choice. With some other companies you get a single pen, which is usually the chunkier model, but here you are given 2. A 3-button pen and a second, slimmer 2-button pen, both with erasers at the end. The pens are comfortable to hold and have a rubber grip, with the buttons being easily accessible as you work. The buttons on the 3-button pen are all slightly different too, with one having ridges so you can distinguish between them without looking. From a technical point, they offer 8192 levels of pressure sensitivity, 60 degrees of tilt recognition and a battery free, which is always a winner in my book. They instead work on electromagnetic resonance technology, just like Wacoms. In addition to the pens, you are also given 10 extra nibs, 6 standard and 4 felt, so you can configure the type of feeling you want as you work. There's also a handy little ring which helps you to remove the nibs too. The Quick Keys Remote. Having previously reviewed Xencelabs Pen Tablet Medium Bundle, which also includes the Quick Keys Remote, I'm already familiar with it and have spent plenty of time using it, and as mentioned, it's still one of my favourite hotkey remotes. It's light and easy to hold, plus you can use it in any orientation to suit your working style. As for configuration options, you are truly spoilt. There are 8 buttons in total and you can toggle between 5 sets, giving you a total of 40 shortcuts per application. You also have a dial which can be configured differently for each application too. So for example, when painting it can quickly adjust the brush size, whereas if you're sculpting it could adjust the division levels on the model. Again, there are several sets you can cycle between using the button in the middle, so you could quickly swap between brush size and division levels in the same application if needed, with the wheel changing colour too to represent what you have it set to. Down the centre is an OLED panel, and I do love this feature. It helps to remind you of what each button is currently set to, which as you can imagine, when you have 40 different settings, it's very useful. I'm always forgetting what the buttons are set to do in each application, so with this remote, a quick glance can help me to find my way rather than guessing and pressing the wrong one. Battery life is very generous too, and it's said that it can last anywhere up to 50 hours on a single charge. On a side note, the Quick Keys remote is also sold separately, so could be a handy addition to your desk, even if you don't own any other Xencelabs devices. The tilt stand. The Pen Display 24 comes equipped with its own tilt stand, which is something that is needed with a device of this size. It's small but feels very sturdy, with no noticeable wobble as you're working. It's also easy to use and can quickly be adjusted with one hand, just reaching over the top and pressing the lever. You can then choose an angle between 16 and 72 degrees, which is a good range. I sometimes use it lower, and on other days I feel more like sitting upright, so it's great to have that option. The only thing it can't do is rotate on the stand, but to be honest, I never really use that option anyway with other devices. Configuration. The Xencelabs software offers so much in terms of configuration, plus it's streamlined and easy to use. It focuses on the main functions of each device without being bloated with lots of extra options, which you will never use. You are simply given a choice of what's currently connected, and when you select one, it opens its options. With the display, we can change the colour of the 3 control buttons and choose what each does with a drop-down menu. And these are the same options you can choose from when configuring the pen buttons. So we can define a keystroke or a modifier like Ctrl and Alt. You can also choose from options which affect the display, general navigation, or run a specific application. You can also mimic mouse clicks, which is an option better suited to the pens. Speaking of the pens, with those we can change what each button does and play around with their pressure curves. There are also advanced options if you want to fine-tune them too. Finally, we have the Quick Keys remote. This has heaps of options, which is why it's so useful. Each keystroke you define can be named, and this is what's displayed on the remote's OLED screen. Under the Customize menu, you can change the orientation of the text too, so if you use the remote in a specific way, you can change the text to match. All these can be configured differently for each application you use, and it switches automatically. Don't worry though, if you don't have time to set everything up yourself, the software does offer a default setup for the more popular applications, something that gives you a really good head start. You can then build upon this and tailor it to your own needs. There's so much to play around with here, plus I found the drivers to be very stable too, and I've not encountered any issues so far. I do have one piece of advice though. If you're using a 3D application like Maya or Substance 3D Modeler and you find the right click isn't working, disable Windows Ink in the Pen Display 24 tab. The tablet in use. As with every tablet I review, I like to take my time and complete a project, using it to get a full feeling of what it's like to use. This can take a while, but I'd rather not rush out a quick test in a few hours. The usual line tests produced good results. With smoothing disabled in Photoshop, the straight lines only had a very minor wobble on them, even when using a ruler. Other lines were smooth with no discernible lag, and the pressure came through very nicely. Parallax was good too. The optically bonded screen really did help to reduce the distance between the pen tip and the cursor. Plus, the cursor followed the pen right to the end of the screen without any visible drifting. I spent a lot of time working on the Pen Display 24, using apps like Photoshop, ZBrush, Maya and Substance 3D Modeler, and it's honestly the best experience I've had with a pen display to date. It's so nice to work on. Each brushstroke is silky smooth and the crisp, bright display just looks amazing. There's no grain, which is something I'd become accustomed to with my Cintiq Pro 24. The lack of any noise or any heat on the surface was also noticeable. Even after using it for a number of hours, there was nothing, not a sound or a change in temperature. I enjoyed it so much that this is now my device of choice, and I can see myself having many years of fun working on it. Now with that in mind, there is one area that let it down, and that was the lack of a touchscreen. I realise this is a bit of a debatable issue as, so I'm told, many artists tend to disable this feature on large display tablets, so Xencelabs opted not to include it. Unfortunately, I'm one of those artists who used it, and if you look back over some of my videos you will see that I used it a lot. I just felt not having the ability to pinch, pan and zoom directly on the screen reduced my overall productivity. It's a much more natural way to work, and as much as I love the Quick Keys remote, there was always that disconnect as I glanced and pressed a button just so I could rotate the canvas. I was at a recent event demoing the Pen Display 24 on the Xencelabs stand, and what was interesting was that the first thing most people did when trying it was reach up and try to pinch and zoom on the screen. Overall they were impressed with the device, but ultimately disappointed when I told them it wasn't touchscreen. Perhaps Xencelabs could add this feature on future devices but give us the users the option of whether we want to use it or not. Or maybe offer two devices, one with a touchscreen and another slightly cheaper one without. Should you invest? Today, this is hands down one of the best combinations of pen display and remotes I've used for drawing, painting and 3D work. You get so much for your money. The gorgeous 4K screen, a stand, extra slim pen and the Quick Keys remote. But it doesn't feel like it's an inferior device. Well, at £1,850 it's certainly not cheap, but relatively speaking, compared to some of Xencelabs' competitors, it's very cheap. It's just so nice to work on. The feeling of the pen on the screen, it's so smooth and responsive, but with a bit of bite giving you that all-important feedback. And we can't not mention the exceptional build quality either, or the fact it's silent and it keeps itself cooled. There's a lot to love with the Pen Display 24, but for me personally, if this had a touchscreen too, it would be pretty much perfect. Okay, that's another review over. Thanks for taking the time to join me, and make sure you also check out some of the other videos and courses I have on offer. Remember, to help support future content and keep my courses free, hit the thanks button below, visit the antCGi store or join the antCGi club. Alternatively, if you're considering treating yourself to a Xencelabs device, why not use my affiliate link, which is on the screen now. Or if none of those are appealing, you could simply treat me to a coffee at my coffee page. The link is on the screen now and in the description below. Thanks again for watching. This is antCGi signing off, and I will see you on the next one.